Ammannunnitup Lost His Children. Ammannunnitup lost his children. Ammannunnitup was an up-top man. He climbed the great trees to their tops, crossing the canopy into the sun's domain. With his net and his knife, he gathered sweet blossoms blooming above, and the flittering kinnet that fed upon them. Ammannunnitup wore dark lenses of colored glass and a hat woven of canopy leaves. Dark glass protected his eyes from the sun. Broad leaves protected him from the eyes of beasts, from the eyes of the long-clawed silic, from the eyes of the wide-winged tascri. Either beast could kill a man if they caught him. Ammannunnitup braved danger to feed his people. Ammannunnitup lost his wife. Ammannunnitup, wife of Ammannunnitup, was a build-wall woman. With her spade, she split soil into blocks. She stacked the blocks up between the trunks of the great trees. She built walls to protect the people from beasts and from men. Other men from other places came to steal from the people. High walls of soil slowed them down. When Ammannunnitup found clay, she brought it to the brickmakers. The brickmakers fired the clay into bricks. The bricks replaced the soil of the inner walls, making the walls stronger and higher. High walls of brick stopped the raiders. The village grew in layers, like a shell spiraling outward. The Magakansi came without warning. Ammannunnitup and Ammannunnitup had 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. Their children played at the feet of Ammannunnitup, smeared with soil and clay, stacking up blocks for their mother. Maybe their daughter would be a build-wall woman. Maybe their daughter would be a brickmaker. Maybe one of their sons would be an up-top man. Maybe one of their sons would be a long claw man and fight the raiders. The children could not come with Ammannunnitup. It was too dangerous. They could not climb up high enough. They could not climb down fast enough. They could not escape a beast. They were safer with Ammannunnitup behind the walls. Ammannunnitup killed many enemies. Ammannunnitup dove from the canopy with his net full of kinnet, the tascri crashing behind him. He fell into the heart of the Magakansi, luring death behind him. The tascri killed many, biting and slashing, driven beyond fury as the Magakansi fought back. The tascri was enormous. It was angry. Men were not made to fight a beast of the sun's domain, not the up-top men of the Magakansi, not their long claw men. Ammannunnitup was broken by his fall. The Magakansi killed him easily after the tascri finally fell. They defiled his corpse. He had cheated at war. Ammannunnitup did not care. He was dead. No one else would care. His wife was dead. His children were dead. Ammannunnitup was up top when the Magakansi came. Ammannunnitup returned home from the canopy when the sky started to darken. When the sun returned to earth, it was too dangerous to hunt. It became hard to see the silic and the tascri, and other beasts came out at dark also. It became hard to see the branches, even with the great sight of the people. An up-top man came home at dark and returned at dawn. Ammannunnitup lost his spirit. Ammannunnitup returned to the trees before dawn. He climbed up, heart heavy, but not heavy enough to slow his climb. He carried his wife's spade, his eldest son's knife, and his own knife and net. Blood flaked from his hands as he climbed. Tears bled from his eyes. Honor spilled from his heart as he made his plan of revenge. Tradition said Ammannunnitup should join the Longclaw men when they struck back. He was a strong man. He was a clever up-top man. He was not a Longclaw man. Ammannunnitup would die at the first wall. No Magakansi would die to him. No enemy would follow his wife and children into the sun's domain. Ammannunnitup lost his people. Ammannunnitup reached the outer wall at dusk. His wide eyes could see clearly. His eyes saw the first wall tumbled down. He saw the bodies and the blood spread all around. He saw the red claws and spades. He found his wife in front of the wall, still holding her spade. He found his daughter behind the wall, fallen where she had hid. His younger son lay further in, by the second wall, spread upon the ground. His eldest son was torn apart by the second gate, knife undrawn. Others of the people lay among them, but Ammannunnitup saw only his family. From the brick walls came the long clawmen to challenge him. When they saw Ammannunnitup, they told him of the battle. They grieved with him. They helped him gather up his wife and children, taking them to the fires. They swore to stand beside Ammannunnitup when his family rose to the sun. They swore to stand beside Ammannunnitup when he went to fight the enemy. Ammannunnitup found his peace. Ammannunnitup reached the canopy. His hands were clean, his eyes were clear, his heart was empty. He climbed beneath the canopy, walking above the Magakansi village. He avoided the up-top men of the Magakansi as easily as he avoided the beasts of the sun's domain. He was a clever up-top man. Ammannunnitup chose a spot above the heart of the Magakansi village. He chopped through branches with his wife's spade. He cut through vines with his son's knife. He went above with his own net and filled it with fluttering kinnet. Then Ammannunnitup threw off his woven hat and waved his bright knife to the sun. Soon a taskry came to investigate. It circled high to see what had flashed above the canopy. It dove to snatch up the kinnet, to snap up a larger meal. The taskry landed. The half-cut branches would not hold the great beast's weight. The weakened branches cracked. The taskry thrashed, trying to fly away. Ammannunnitup struck with his knife, tearing the leg of the taskry. It snapped at him in pain. It lashed with its hooked claws. Ammannunnitup made the taskry angry, to follow him where he fled. Ammannunnitup dove from the canopy.